Hey guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here with a new episode of Garbage. I have quite a few things that I would like to rant about, so timestamps are down below, but if you're interested, please keep watching. Alright you guys, so this video comes to us from a creator. Her username is MEHRX24 over on TikTok, and she wanted to know if she was wrong. Now, oddly enough, she asked for the input, didn't like the input that was being given, and now the comments are turned off, and a bunch of people are just, talking about this video in a manner which I'm sure that is upsetting to her. But let's watch the video. She is a stay-at-home mom, and her husband is working so much, literally so much. I think that it's over 60 hours per week in order to provide for his family so that she can be the traditional stay-at-home mom that she's so content, up until now, she was so content doing. So let's watch her video and then I'll give my thoughts.
Y'all, so here's the thing. My husband works 2 jobs, and he works 64 hours a week. Has like 1 day off. And within that 1 day, I want him to go outside with us, like me, Sophie, and him. And I want us to have a family day. But he wants to stay home and spend time with us. But I don't want that. I want us to be outside. And I'm upset with him because we don't go outside and do activities as a family. Am I being reasonable, or am I being a bad wife?
Notice how she asked the question at the end of the video, then shuts the comments off, because people were telling her, you're actually completely wrong in this scenario, and this is my opinion. She didn't want any of that. So, like I've said regarding other creators, you can't mute this mic, and we're going to talk about it. So, when it comes to working 2 jobs, 64 hours per week, and only having 1 day per week off that you're able to stay at home, unwind, reset for the next week for another 64 hours in your workload, expecting somebody to work that much, and then on the 1 day that they have at home, you're upset that they're spending time with you at home instead of spending time with you outside. Somebody said for her to get a job, and if they're both contributing to the financial needs of this family, then there wouldn't be 64 hours a week for one person and 1 day off. It would level the playing field a little bit. And she literally responded and said, no, LOL. So if you do not want to have a job, then you need to understand that you are expecting one person to work 64 hours per week so that the bills are paid, and that might mean we're not going to be doing outside activities. We're not going for a hike. We're not going to get in the car and, drive to the city and go to museums or go to some attraction. This is my 1 day per week that I have to spend time with my family, but I want to spend time with my family in the home that I'm paying all of the bills for by working 64 hours per week. And it's just really interesting to me because you want this, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and that's literally all that a lot of people want. I'm a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad. That's all that they want in life, is to stay home and raise their kids. But then when you have the other spouse that is never home and always tired, or when they are at home and have a little bit of energy, they don't want to, go out for 4 or 5 hours during the day. They want to sit and spend time with their kid or kids in the comfort of their own home. It's upset from the other spouse. But if you don't want to have a job, as you've said yourself, I'm not sure what kind of solution you are expecting to this problem. So I want to know how y'all feel about this. Is she right? Is she wrong? Is it somewhere in the middle? My whole thing is like, why don't you come up with an agreement where 1 weekend per month, y'all go out and do something? And then the other weekends are activities at home or in the backyard or whatever. That would be my solution, or getting a job part-time to help lessen the load that your spouse is trying to manage so that y'all don't lose your house and everything in it. I have 3 other things that I want to cover in this video. Number 1 is there's this common trend going around, especially over on Instagram, where you're able to make a doll of yourself, and you have the character and then your accessories. It's supposed to be kind of like a Barbie type of image. I'll find some examples and throw them up. I actually found a really cute one of a dog mom that someone did. Laneige, the K-beauty brand that I've shopped with and I've liked their products, they did one and they labeled the doll a shopaholic. I know that this is nitpicky and stupid, but brands, I wish, would stop glamorizing shopping until you're living in a house that looks like a hoarder. Let's stop glamorizing diving so far into credit card debt that we literally have like $5 available on the line of credit. Let's stop glamorizing that. Let's stop expecting people to spend all of their money on a bunch of stuff that they probably don't need only because it's the Sephora VIB sale or the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. Buy what you need. Let's stop. Nobody needs all of that. And being a shopaholic is not a flex. There was another video that I came across that I had saved, and it comes from a woman who was giving puppy training advice. No, she was not a dog trainer. She was simply just giving out this advice. I couldn't believe that it came out of her mouth. She filmed it, edited it, posted it, and thought that nothing was wrong with this. She literally told people that when you have a puppy, in order to correct biting or nipping that the dog might be doing, whether it's on furniture or on fingers or whatever, to take apple cider vinegar and water, put it in a spray bottle, and spray the puppy in the mouth when the dog is trying to bite something or you're trying to correct a certain behavior.
Get yourself a squirt bottle, put a few tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and the rest water, and anytime the puppy opens its mouth on something it's not supposed to, you're going to squirt it right in the mouth. This is not something that's going to hurt your puppy.
This is wrong for so many reasons, and of course I have to put the disclaimer, no, I'm not a dog trainer, but I am somebody who has a ton of compassion for animals, and I understand that having a puppy can be a little difficult, especially if you're trying to raise children and you've got a lot going on at home. It can be taxing. But what we're not going to do is normalize something as abusive as spraying a puppy in the mouth with apple cider vinegar as a way to think that you're going to correct said behavior. That is not okay. Puppies explore their surroundings by their mouth, by taste and smell. That is literally how they explore the world around them. And to take something like this, it's giving the same energy of putting hot sauce on your child's thumb if you don't want them to suck on their thumb. I don't like it. I think it's gross. And I hope that she continues to be called out for literally labeling advice as something that is just simply and not a training tool at all. To close out the video, I want to talk about what Gypsy Rose Blanchard has been up to as of lately. She is over here propping up her phone and showing the internet that her baby has colic. This child is crying, and it sounds like such a heartbreaking cry that it made me uncomfortable just to listen to it through the video. I felt so bad, and simultaneously I don't understand why, if your child is dealing with colic, why on earth would you think, let me soothe this baby, but first let me prop up my phone, hit record so that it can be posted to social media. Even though you're not supposed to be exploiting this child, in fact, you're supposed to be going above and beyond to protect this child, because that is literally what you said you were going to do. But instead, we are propping up the phone when the baby is going through colic and screaming her head off. She also, I guess, now thinks that she is just a little prankster because she did the worst manufactured prank that I've seen in a long time, where she tried to get Ken to believe that she broke their TV. It was horrible acting on both of their parts. And is it better than her showing her baby screaming from colic? Yes, but was it as cringy as I would expect it to be? Also, yes.
Yeah?
Can you come here? I broke the TV.
No.
I don't know how I did it.
What did you do?
I touched it.
You touched it?
I touched it. Yeah.
Did you throw something?
I was cleaning and I like.
This is fake. The glass is not broken. What are you doing? Why are you okay, yeah, nice one. How did you do this though? Is this YouTube or something?
It's YouTube video.
Okay, nice.
Now, on top of thinking that she is a little prankster, she is also over here showing her workout routine. Now, in my opinion, allegedly, I have to say this, allegedly, I think that she has had some medicated assistance when it comes to her weight loss. I can't prove that. I don't care to prove that because frankly, it's none of my business, but I can sit here and say it is my opinion that she has had some medical assistance in her weight loss. Now, she wants to throw around these little dumbbells and do some stretches and show her ass to the camera. It's not a workout routine. Nobody is taking tips or pointers from Gypsy Rose Blanchard. It is the same energy that her dancing videos give off. It's comical at best. But sure enough, she's over here stretching and throwing around a couple dumbbells and making a TikTok about it. You're not helping anyone. You're not helping anyone. And you want to sit there and try to say that working out is going to help someone's mental health? Maybe you should have been working out back when you were in on the con with Dee Dee Blanchard. And if you would have, maybe Dee Dee would still be alive. But that's here nor there. She's over here blowing her money on, her blood money. She's blowing it on expensive dinners and materialistic nonsense that nobody would need. But it's her blood money and she's making sure to tell everybody how she's spending it. I will never have an ounce of respect or dignity for Gypsy Rose Blanchard because not only everything that she has done, but it's also the fact that when I think of her, I also think of Nicholas Godejohn and the fact that he is going to spend the rest of his life in prison. And I will stand on the opinion that they should have gotten the same sentence. It should have been the same. That's how I feel about it. Not everyone is going to agree with that or what I expect them to, but that's how I feel. The last thing that I want to pop in the end of this video is let's talk about the math tool that was shown in Stephanie Jenkins' pocket on a video that I recently reacted to. I'm going to show that clip slowed down for y'all. I am not 100% on either side. I don't know if it's a gardening tool or if it's a math tool or if it's neither. A lot of people have the opinion that it is a math tool, if you understand where I'm going with this. Some people say it's a gardening tool. Some people say that it's neither and it's, whatever. I am about 70% sure that it could be a math tool, especially based off of the way that they've been spending money, the fact that they're mopping the walls, the fact that they've gotten themselves into this position and are extremely comfortable in it, living in a shelter with their kids, the fact that they wanted to sprint out of the hospital when Steph gave birth. It does make sense to me, but I'm also not in a position right now where I can say it's 100% this. I have no doubts about it. Y'all can tell me, what do you think? And I'll check the comments and we'll kind of go from there. It does make sense, but I also don't feel comfortable speaking in a 100% certain. But either way, that's it for today. If you like the video, please leave a like in the comments. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.